All right, guys. So you want to be a professional dog trainer. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you become a professional dog trainer. Now, I know I've kind of done this topic a few times before, but this time I really want you to think about a number of things that should determine whether this is for you or whether it's not for you. Okay? First of all, what do you actually want to do as a dog trainer? Do you want to help people with their pet dogs? No? Oh, you want to be a decoy? You want to be a police dog trainer or, some various very niche form of dog training? Okay. Have you looked into that? Do you know how much income you're going to get from doing that? Have you looked at the people in that are at the very top of the market, that are at the very top of the game? They're very in demand. Do they have the kind of lifestyle that you want? Are they living the way you want to live? Okay, they are? Okay, good. What is it that they did to get there? Can you follow that path? Is that a path that's reasonable for you? Oh, his daddy did it and now he's there because his daddy got him in and now he's, accomplished what he's accomplished but stepped off, the success and relationships his dad had. Okay, can you duplicate that? Maybe we have to ask ourselves. Oh, he got there because he was doing it for free for 20 years and he learned from all the best and he traveled around the world and he stayed with them and he cleaned their kennels and he did all of these things and maybe he paid tons of money to so and so and so and so and he really, went out of his way and gave years of his life to this craft and now he is where you want to be? Are you prepared to do that? No? Okay, well then maybe it's not so realistic that you're going to end up where he ends up. Oh, you looked at his lifestyle and you don't like how he's living. You don't like the fact that he has to be on a plane every weekend or every other weekend. He has to leave his family and go and train. And if he stops doing that, if he gets injured, God forbid, all of a sudden the money stops coming in, right? So you have to look at these things and you have to decide, is this for you? Is this realistic? All right? Now, what most people arrive at, if they're very serious about dog training, they say, I want to be a dog trainer. They end up saying, okay, well, I'm going to be training people to, train their pets. I'm going to help people that have pet dogs, that have companion animals, right? That's going to be the focus of my business if I want to pay the bills. Okay, do you want to do that? Can you see yourself doing that for many years, right? Spending thousands and thousands of hours working with pet clients and pet dogs. Can you see that? Yes? Okay, good. Let's move forward. Let's talk about it. Because now we're in the land of realism. We're in the land of realistic. Okay? You want to make a living training pets? This is realistic. All right? So here's a couple of things that you have to ask yourself. All right? Am I living in the right place? You live in some extremely rural area? Well, guess what? Your average clients aren't rural. Right? Like rural people generally, like there are, of course, I always have some rural clients, but rural people generally do not need dog training. Why? Because they just put their dog outside on their acreage and let the dogs run around. And they take the dog for a walk in the woods they have in the backyard. And they take the dog follows them on the side-by-side or the tractor as they go around the farm doing their jobs, doing the job, so on and so forth. And the dogs are just loose outside all the time, right? The primary client that you have are the people that live in the cities, that live in the urban areas, that live in the large towns. This is where your clients are concentrated. What do these people need and why do they need dog training? Well, think about it. They are living in congested urban areas. The dog often lives in the house. The dog does not live outside. They are constantly passing people on the road. They have other dogs. They have squirrels to deal with. They have, pedestrians passing them. They always are walking the dog on a leash. The dog, like I already mentioned, lives in the house. They have guests coming over. They live in townhouses. They live in condos. They live in suburban neighborhoods. All right? These are your clients. Now, have you asked yourself, what do these people need? Because here's where I see a lot of people make mistakes in dog training. They are not selling the client what the client needs. They are selling the client what they think is interesting or what they saw somebody else doing on the internet or maybe at a seminar at best, right? They're not actually looking at the client and assessing what it is that they need, all right? Now, I'm going to say something controversial here. When you want to go somewhere, look at the people that have gone there before you and decide if that is for you. Like when I say, okay, I want to be a successful pet dog trainer, Do I go and look at the guy who has a lot of success training sport dogs and is a world famous sport dog trainer? No. Why would I? He's not doing what I want to do. I'm going to go and look at the most like very famous pet dog trainers. And not just internet famous, like famous as in they can actually accomplish what I want to accomplish, right? And whatever that looks like for you. Like, I'm not going to get into the nuts and the bolts of that. But fundamentally, look at the different pet dog trainers out there. And with the world of the internet, it's very easy to look at them, right? And see the product that they're putting out. Is this what you have in mind for your clients? Do you think clients want this? Do you think clients need this? Does this person have success? Why do they have success? Are they internet successful or are they real world successful? Right? It's pretty easy to discern that, by just kind of looking closely, and, a little bit of rudimentary research will give you that information. Okay. So the pet dog trainer that you're, maybe you've picked a couple of pet dog trainers. You like where they're at. You would like to be in the same place that they're in. Okay, let's look at what they're doing. Right? Now, this is controversial because in this internet world of dog training that we live in, on Facebook, on Google, on Reddit, on all these places, the guys that everybody are attracted to are the sport dog guys. Let's face it, sport dog training is sexy. Sport dogs are sexy. They are fun, right? It's kind of like focusing on, the Porsches, the McLarens, the Ferraris. But the reality is most people drive a Toyota Camry and they want their Toyota Camry to do Toyota Camry things. I think you guys should understand the analogy that I'm getting at here. And you're focusing on what the Ferrari guy's doing and the McLaren guy's doing to get a few more, some time off his lap, or to get the optimal level of performance out of his Porsche in 0 to 100. Again, you guys should understand the analogy. It's a car dog analogy, right? If you're not into cars, I'm sorry. But fundamentally, it's not that what I'm saying that what the sport, and listen, I'm a guy that does sport. I love sport. It's all over my YouTube channel, right? If you don't believe me. And it's a lot of what I personally am focusing on right now, but my business is still 90% pet dog training. This is the foundation of what we do. This is how I started. And this was actually my original interest was in dog behavior and pet dog training, because that was my introduction to dogs. Was I own a dog. I want him to do a number of things because I think it'll make our lives together more enjoyable and better. How do I do that? And that's where the world opens up. Oh, it's really interesting to see how people resolve bad behaviors. This dog is being aggressive. This dog is being reactive. How do we fix this? Right? So, intelligent application of thought and following logic when making decisions. You want to be a professional dog trainer? Right? Go and learn and study the business models and the training offered by the people that are successful in the place that you want to be. And in many cases, it's not exciting. Maybe it's not super sexy. But if they're good at what they do, it's very rewarding, because there's nothing for me more rewarding than many, many happy people that are very happy with the time and energy investment that they gave to my business and to myself, and that are very happy with the success they see with their dog and that their lives are meaningfully better with their dogs, right? So for me, that's more rewarding than my dog making a really nice dumbbell retrieve or a super cool hold and bark. That's rewarding too, but those are very different things. So I see this, and look, here's the thing. I'm somebody that has gone to many sport dog trainers and gone to many sport dog seminars to learn what I could learn. But for me, this was continuing education. This was building off the foundation. This was not the foundation. If you want to make a sport dog trainer or sport dog training system your foundation, and then you're going to wonder why you're struggling, being successful training pet dogs, I don't think you should wonder. Your foundation is not what the client wants. Your foundation is not what the client needs, right? And this is going to be unpopular and people are going to accuse me of throwing stones. That's fine. I really don't give a shit, right? There are a lot of sport dog trainers, I think, that are very, very extremely gifted in dog sport. That's great. but that's not pet dog training. And I see people conflating the two all the time, and they're very different things, and the goals for both are very different. And I think you establish your foundation in where you want your success to be. Okay, I want to be a really good pet trainer and behavior trainer. Okay, build your business, build your foundation there, build your knowledge there. Achieve mastery or at least proficiency in that area. And then you go to the Sport Dog Guys for continuing education to make everything better, right? You start there, you're not ready for that. It's kind of like saying, look, I want to sell burgers and fries. I want to sell really good, high quality burgers and fries. Like I want to be a really high quality fast food joint. So I'm going to go to the French chef, running, the 5-star, restaurant, and I'm going to learn from him how to cook burgers. Like, no, you wouldn't do that. It wouldn't make any sense. You would go to the guys that are owning that game, right? And whatever your burger joint is, right? Like the what is it called? Five Guys, I think it is. Five Guys burger. Like they have really nice stuff, Like there's some different burger joints that are well known, like really good stuff, right? Is it as cool as like top tier 5-star restaurant? Obviously not. Those are different, very different things. But if you want to be successful there and you want to build your foundation there and you want to meet a lot of clients' needs there, you need to build proficiency and mastery there before you then expand out. You're not even ready for that next level. The sport dog training stuff, that's like upper level stuff, right? If you're getting into the high levels, I'm not talking about like, rudimentary stuff. I'm talking about upper level stuff. That's something that's best absorbed when you have a good foundation. Now, when you have that good foundation, go ahead, go do it. Go get their certification, take their course, do whatever it is that you want to do. And I apply that to myself too, right? Like I've got, sport dog training courses and all that other stuff. And it's interesting. I have protection dog training courses online and all that stuff. Very interesting stuff. Very cool stuff. But it is not the foundation. The foundation, puppy training, functional obedience training, behavior modification. This is the foundation, the basic understanding of how to control a dog and influence his or her behavior. This is the foundation. Then we can go into the more advanced forms of teaching. So now again, this isn't going to maybe be popular with some people because everybody wants to believe that, whatever, there's a lot of famous sport dog guys right now, that these are the guys, like you have to go and learn from them. And I see so many people like coming out of those programs and they still can't meet the basic needs of their clients that have like, a little reactive German Shepherd that pull and they still don't know how to fix that problem. But they know how to make a nice dumbbell retrieve, It's like, bro, like these are two different things. Like I'm going to tell you this, and again, this is not going to make me popular with my sport dog brethren. Hey guys and girls, I love you all, and when I see you at the next trial, you can tell me how much you don't like me, but that's fine, right? Most sport dog trainers do not know how to properly address fundamental behavioral problems that the average pet owner faces, or their solution is not realistic for those people. That's the reality of it. If you want to be successful somewhere, you must go where that person has been. So, and I know some people are going to say, well, you're just trying to sell your online dog training course and blah, blah, blah. Well, I do have an online dog training and certification course. But fundamentally, I don't really care if you buy it or not. It's just commonsensical stuff, right? And that's what my channel is all about, is just being commonsensical and saying, hey, you want to learn how to do this stuff? You need to learn the fundamentals of this stuff, not other stuff. It's just crazy to me. You know what I mean? So I'll tell you this mindset has got me where I am today in dog training. I'm able now to play in sport dogs and protection dogs, and I do all that other stuff, and it's tons of fun. I like it, and I think I'm actually quite good at it. But fundamentally, the foundation, I'm really fucking good at that. I'm really good with the pet dogs. I am a master at training pet dogs, and I'm a master at addressing behavioral problems in dogs because I made it my business to be a master, because that was my foundation, and that is still the foundation of what we do here at Shield, right? And that's the foundation of my dog training system. And some people are going to not like me saying that too. I don't care. I am. I'm very comfortable with where I'm at and my skill level. I know what I can do, and I know what my system does, and I know what we've accomplished here, and the thousands and thousands of happy customers we have, and there's a reason why our company is growing every year exponentially. So, guys, learn from people that are where you want to be and are doing what you want to do, not people that are not. And I'm not saying, again, there's a lot of people that have the aspiration to be a famous sport dog trainer. But guess what? Most of those guys actually didn't start in dog sport. And again, look at the lifestyle. Is that what you really want? Is that what you really want? The answer is yes. Okay. What path did they take to get there? And in many cases, the path they took was actually through pet dogs. And they have successful, if they have a successful pet dog training business, actually kind of where they started in many cases, right? So, I hope that you guys found this helpful. Check out our online courses, shieldk9online.com. And feel free to like, subscribe, comment below. I'll see you on the next one.